If you have been a subscriber of this channel for any length of time, you know that I am in medical school, and as a student I use the Pomodoro study method, which is a method of studying that involves cycles of intense focus and breaks, 25 and 5, 50 and 10, however you want to do it. And I've looked at a few different timers that I've really liked that make that process a touch easier. This though is the Minee 3. This is a visual countdown timer with intervals for the Pomodoro method that is perfect for students like me, and it is by far my favorite Pomodoro timer that I've looked at to date. In this video, I'm gonna unbox this. I'm gonna show you everything that comes with it, how to set it up, how to use it, and most importantly, tell you whether or not I think it's worth picking up for yourself. Now, if you're new here, welcome to the Phase Reviews YouTube channel, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. We're gonna dive into the packaging and what comes in here, but before that, I would love to earn your subscription. Hopefully by the end of this video, you can like and comment on this, and it will help the channel grow so I can keep bringing you awesome product reviews. But enough about that, let's take a look at this Minee 3. Okay, so mine comes in this nice, and they all, I guess I should say, come in this nice white box with shiny letters here. You can see the color that I chose on the side. They have a ton of options: cherry red, lilac snow, cocoa beige. I chose the pastel marine because I liked how it looked. And then on the back, you've got a picture of the back of the timer, which we're gonna see in person in just a moment. A few things on the side of the box. It says flexible time setting, anywhere between a half minute and 40 minutes, which is 24 hours. You can set as long as you want. It's visual. It will show you not only a countdown for your study interval, but also for your rest interval, which is really unique. And it's just one of the only timers I've seen that gives you a visual display. There are old school kitchen timers where when you wind it up to 5 minutes, you can watch it count down. The problem is those timers are usually an hour long, and so a 5-minute visual countdown is only a small sliver of the whole timer. With this one, no matter how long you set it for, it will fill the entire timer and count down from 12 o'clock position, which is really neat. So enough talking, let's open this sucker up. On top, you're gonna have a manual. It's worth reading. This is actually a real product manual. It's thick and it's got plenty to read in it. It takes a second to figure out how to use this. I'm gonna walk you through it today, but if you need to refer to the manual, you have it right here. There is the timer itself. It's a nice white color, okay? Plastic, a big clear display right there, the Minee logo in the front. You've got a single button on top, which is your start and stop and reset. On the back, you have plus and minus buttons to adjust the different settings and add time to the timer. You have a 3-way toggle switch for mute, quiet, and loud, and then you have a power switch right there. This is rechargeable. It does not take batteries, which I always like to see. One less waste of batteries in our lives when we can have rechargeable available. In the bottom of the box, underneath this piece of foam right here, you do have an included USB-C cable so that you can charge the timer when you need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to power this on. Okay, I'm going to flip the little switch on the back. Okay, it's going to show you that display right there. If I click the start button, okay, you can see the battery right there. And if I click that again, it's going to pause. You can see I've set mine up for a 25-minute interval. Now that display turns off pretty quickly, so you're going to have it facing you when you adjust the settings. Right now my timer's paused. If I click it again, it's going to start back up. This does not turn on when you do that. I'm going to hold this to reset the timer and then show you the front so you can see what this looks like. So this is the timer right here. It's all white. When I click this, it's going to start the time, and it's going to go like that. So now my 25-minute timer is set, and as this goes, this is going to count down and fill with white again, okay? When it gets to the end, an alarm is going to go off, and then it's going to start reversing and filling up with the blue color again, but it will only take 5 minutes this time because that's my rest interval. And so you can see it's beautiful. If I reset this, there we go. It's just so fun to watch as your time counts down versus actually seeing the number of minutes, having a visual representation like pie pieces. It just works so much better for me. So let me show you how you work this sucker. I'm gonna turn the volume on here up to max just so we can hear it. And then on the display, if you click the left side, you can see that I've got 4 intervals and 5 is my rest period, okay? Now to set the actual timer portion, you click the plus, and once it's lit up, you can set this. I'm gonna take this all the way down to 1 minute so we can see the countdown. So I'm gonna set a 1-minute study interval. I'm gonna wait for the display to turn off. And then I'm gonna click the left side again, and I'm gonna set this, that's 4, so that's 4 intervals. You can set, maybe you wanna do 4 cycles of studying or 6 cycles of studying, you can do that like that. So clicking the left side, it goes away pretty quick. If I click the top reset button, it takes me over to the time, and I'm gonna set the rest interval down to 1 minute as well. Okay, That was very fast. Let me walk you through what I just did. So I set my study period for 1 minute. Normally it would be 25, but we're gonna do 1 for this test. Then I went over and clicked the minus button, and that brought up 2 numbers, 4 and 05. 4 is the number of cycles of studying that I wanna do. Study, rest, study, rest, study, rest, study, rest. And then the 05 is the number of minutes for my break period, 5 minutes, okay? I set it to 1 for this demo so that you can see. So now if I click the start button up on top, it's gonna wind up, and now I've got a 1 minute study timer. So you're gonna be able to see this countdown a lot quicker than the 25 minutes. So you can see it's already moving. And it does all of the math and the programming internally to figure out how quick to move this visual timer depending on how long your study interval is. So I set up a 1 minute timer. It's only gonna take 1 minute for this to go to the end. So we can talk about the build quality while that's counting down. It's plastic. It's very lightweight. Nothing to write home about here. I've definitely reviewed sturdier like metal timers or like rubber filling timers. This is nothing crazy build quality wise, but you're not throwing this around, hopefully. I put this in my backpack. It's not the most compact thing. This isn't like the tick time timer that I reviewed where it only takes up about that much space. This is a little bit heftier, but it does have an indentation so you can set it on your desk like that, and it sits at a little bit of an angle. So we're coming up on the end of our 1 minute timer here. You can probably hear my daughter screaming in the background, and this is gonna go off. Not very loud, that's the loud setting. So if you're in a library, this should not bug anyone and get you kicked out. So I like that feature as well because I do a lot of studying in public spaces. So now we've got a 1 minute rest timer going back the other way. And I normally would set my rest as 5 and my study is 25. Some people do 50 and 10. It doesn't matter. You can look up the Pomodoro method and choose the intervals that are best for you. So now this is cycling back the other way. At the end of this 1 minute, this small LED at the top, which is purple right now, will turn off, and that means I'm back in the study period. It will beep 1 single time. It's not very loud and it doesn't alert you very easily, so you need to kind of be aware. But I like that about it. I like that it's not a really loud, annoying timer that's going to tick off everybody around you. So we're coming up on the end. I'm just gonna kind of hold this by the microphone so you can hear it as it finishes the time. There it is. And that singular beep means my study period has started again, and now it'll count the other way. It's going to do this for 4 cycles because that's what I set up, but you can customize it to how you want to study. You can pause the timer by clicking the top right here, and you can reset it while it's paused by holding it, and it will go back to the start. Just like that, okay? So this is an awesome little timer. This is gonna be my new go-to for the Pomodoro method. It's not very portable, so it's gonna live on my home desk, and I'm gonna use it as often as I can. Now, if you wanna pick up one of these mini timers, I will include a link down in the description. You could buy through there and support the channel. I would, of course, love you for it. Please comment and like this video. It helps the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.